Hey, it's Luke. All right, today I want to look at Electrix, which is a plugin that they call a rare electric piano from the 70s. And it's the cost is $20, and I paid 10 for it on sale. And I know if you've seen this before, you might be thinking, hey, wait a minute, wasn't this thing free? And actually it was at one time. And apparently the developers mentioned on their website, I think it was that I saw, that they got their hosting bill 1 month, and it was so high that they were like, we can't keep doing this for free. So they charge $10 is actually pretty reasonable, even at $20. There's a few things that I don't love about this, but there's a whole bunch of stuff that I really like this plugin. And if they can deal with the little minor things that aren't perfect, let's say, I think we have a good little plugin here. So let's start with the things I don't like about this thing. They're basically they're three pretty well. It was a minor thing, but the installation was a zip file, and then you have to move them to the right folder, and you get used to that of knowing where to put them. But it'd be great if it had an installer that just, where it installs in the right spot, and you're just doing next, agree to the terms, and move on. And so hopefully they'll put a full installer in here at some point. And the one thing that I did notice that is it's not even necessarily the CPU, but I'm noticing that, because you can tell the CPU's not. Yeah, once we start playing. It does use up quite a bit of CPU, but I notice it makes the fans run, and this computer is older, so if you have a new computer, it might not notice a huge difference. But on this one, as soon as I start playing, the CPU goes up. But even when I'm not playing and it's just sitting there on a track, for some reason the fans are going almost constantly. So it's too bad, but the sound on this is amazing, so I keep using it, even though those little things bother me. Yeah. And then the other thing that I really don't like on this is this one here. So you've got a few. Anyways, we'll look at these after, but a few settings here. And this one is for the vibrato or whatever. But this one here is actually not a feature. When you click on it, it's this donate. Donate to them. So, and they do have this thing where if you do make a contribution to them, they get you get a piano for free from. So there's some piano on there, but the thing is, I understand that this was here originally. Like, this is the same. It's probably the same thing that was when it was free. But now that they're charging for it, I felt they should just remove this and maybe put a different setting in there or something, or even leave it out completely. But I don't know, for some reason I keep thinking, because it keeps reminding me that, hey, I could have gotten this for free. So yeah, so basically there's that. And then the other little thing is that there are no presets in here, so which is too bad, because this would be an awesome piano with a few presets. So it's not a big deal, but it would be nice to have the presets in there. Those are basically the things I don't love about this, but now let's go to the good stuff. It's a VST, so it's not sample based. So it's sort of nice because it only takes up about 50 megabytes of space. A lot of these things take up so much storage space. So that's really nice. And the biggest thing that I love about this is just the sound. This thing is fantastic. Like the low end. You can use it. Okay, just to give you an idea of Just to give you an idea of the sound, it's got a nice, especially the velocity settings are beautiful. So a lot of the time, like they're not really responsive. This one is super responsive to velocity. These are the same keys that I'm pressing. So you can get a whole bunch of different sounds. Like this is like a whole bunch of different. And I think when it starts up, it doesn't have a vibrato on. But just the sound of this is beautiful. They say it took them 1,200 hours to develop this thing and to test it, and I can totally see that because it's really they've got it. So yeah, the sound, the high end sounds nice. You can play around with the frequency. Noticing a huge difference. Oh, here we go. You can see the intensity. There we go. So there's the intensity for. Oh, okay. I thought this was the filter, but it's the frequency of the vibrato. So, ooh, this is nice. This is with the sustain pedal on. One thing I did notice though is the sustain goes on for a very, very long time. Like you can still hear it. And I stopped pressing the key a while back, and the CPU is way up, and the sustain is still going. So you just have to, you let go of the sustain, and then it. But the sound, like this is just beautiful. And I just noticed that apparently in my notes, I've got that it's got a standalone version. If you just want to practice the piano, you don't want to load up a whole DAW. I haven't tested that yet, but that's sort of interesting. I'm going to try that out. Like, this sound is beautiful, especially with the sustain pedal. You need the pedal. If you don't have a pedal, there's a way to turn on the sustain in Ableton or whatever. If you don't know how to do that, just mention it in the comments. I'll do a video about it. But it's beautiful. But one thing I love, this low end, that key. So this is what I do here is I add a filter. I've used this for bass on it. Actually, without the... It's just a really nice... Maybe if we do this and just a little bit of delay. It's a little bit too much, but this feedback way down, but and just this deep end, like you can. I'll just load an EQ on here, just so it's hitting those low notes here. If we go even lower, oh man, I didn't think I could go an extra octave down. This is perfect. Like, you can use this in house music for bass, and then let's just see what it sounds like. Ooh, that sounds nice too. See, this does not sound like an electric piano. Like it just. This is beautiful. So yeah, the sound on this definitely worth the $10-20, whatever you end up paying for it. So I do hope they remove this at some point and they add some presets in here. That would make this beautiful. We haven't played around with the phaser. Let's see with the vibrato and the phaser. Okay, so that's the vibrato, and then just add a little bit. sound. I love it. I don't know if you're listening to this with headphones or good monitors with good bass. This note here, it just gets you in your chest. You know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna go put this in a track right now. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.